Your girl Sasha Nicole here on the red carpet of Fox's new hit series, Shots Fired. We're going to meet with the cast and the executive producers behind the series. Why don't you guys come on in? Let's take a look.
There's been a police shooting in North Carolina.
We're from the Department of Justice. You see anything?
Can't talk about it.
Who told you that?
Be careful before making accusations you can't back up.
It's your girl Sasha Nicole, and we are here on the red carpet of Fox's new hit series, Shots Fired. We're here with the gorgeous Sanaa Lathan. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your character?
I play Ash Aquino. She's an investigator with the Department of Justice. She's a badass. I call her Bad Ash. She is relentless in her pursuit of justice, and she'll do whatever it takes to get that justice, and even if it's illegal. She's a mother who loves her daughter, and yet she's going through some things in her personal life that may jeopardize her being a mother to that daughter. So she's so many things, and I had such a great time playing her.
Now, I've been a fan of you from like the beginning. I mean, Love and Basketball Days. I just love how you're just how you can switch up in your characters. I mean, you can be very serious, you can be very humorous. What was it like for you when you first got the script to this, or why did you want to take on this project?
Well, first coming from Gina, Prince-Bythewood, and Reggie Bythewood, who are my dear friends. Gina wrote and directed Love and Basketball, which obviously, you know, we're very proud of. And so we've been trying to work together over all these years, and nothing kind of came together. And so I was excited when she had this project. And then when I read it, it was just a no-brainer.
Right. And seeing as though what's going on right now in the media and the news, I mean, this touched the hearts of, even if you don't have someone who's been involved, you may know someone who may have lost their lives to gun violence. What message do you think is the most important message that's coming out of this series?
There's no one message. There's, you know, it's what we bring to it. I think it's reflecting the world that we live in, and I think that hopefully, you know, it'll say something different to you than it does to your mother or to your friend. And hopefully it'll inspire debate, and it'll bring people together.
Right. Hey, what's up, guys? Your girl Sasha Nicole on the carpet with Stephan James, and you looking real crispy tonight.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You look great, too.
Thank you so much. I try. Now we're here for the premiere of Shots Fired. Tell us a little bit about your character.
I play Preston Terry. He's a prosecutor, a young prosecutor, brought in by the Department of Justice to prosecute a case where a black police officer shoots and kills an unarmed young white teenager. And so I'm brought into town by the governor to investigate and prosecute this officer, along with Sanaa Lathan's character, so we're partners.
Yeah, so how was it like working on set with Sanaa and a whole host of other cast members?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's just an incredible cast from top to bottom. You know, we have so many incredible, you know, talented actors who I grew up watching a lot of these guys. So, you know, and to work with Sanaa every day as my partner, you know, she's been incredible. We really have had an incredible experience in our 6 months in Charlotte. So it was really a special experience for me to be a part of this.
Right, and you're young. I feel like you've had a really amazing opportunity to be a part of a lot of great projects that have substance and projects that have meaning. And when you were presented the script, what was it that made you want to be a part of this project?
Really, it was so beautifully written. It was so well written, and to be honest, I had never seen anybody like Preston on television before, or in film. You know what I mean? Like, when's the last time you saw a black lawyer in a movie, a young black lawyer? You know what I mean? So, for me, it was just like, damn, I get to do something for the first time, and that's really what it was about. It was, you know, about sort of being the first one to bring him to life.
Your girl Sasha Nicole on the carpet of Fox's new hit series, Shots Fired. We have the lovely Hennessy here. How you doing tonight?
I'm so well. Thank you for being so kind, by the way.
You're welcome. This is just what
You're
I
lovely.
do. And you're lovely too.
Well,
isn't she just gorgeous? So let's talk about Shots Fired.
Yes.
When you were presented with the role, how did that come about?
Oh my gosh. I auditioned because it was one of the best scripts I have read.
Yeah.
I mean, be it TV or film, about an issue that needs to be discussed, you know? And it was the dialogue, the characters are written in such a way they never lapse into cliches or stereotypes. It's written with so much respect in reality and truth.
Right, and I know you've had your fair share of roles throughout your career. You've been nominated for so many awards, and with this particular role, was there anything different about this character? You play Alicia. What was it about her character that can you connect with her in any type of way?
Oh yeah, well, It was really cathartic too. You know, Alicia is a woman who, in the first hour, you meet her, and she's just lost her son, her 18-year-old son. He's shot by a police officer, and you know, it was pretty. I think a lot of us came to this project for very similar reasons, and we all came to the mat with our hearts, you know, because it needs to be discussed. And to play this part was with what you see every day in the news, what you see people dealing with on a day-to-day basis. It was hard not to feel too much. For example, I'd go to work and realize that a lot of the dialogue I was saying, I had just heard on TV that morning before I came to work. So the line between fact and fiction really was blurred on this.
Right, and I could even hear it in your voice, and I know you have kids as well, and as a mother, I feel like you could almost put yourself in another mother's shoes while she's going through an experience like that, and it's not even just like acting, it's just feeling the empathy.
Exactly, and I tell you, when you see this going on so much, it was actually nice to feel like, okay, at least I can get this out. It's cathartic, you know. I can. And Tawanda Wise, who plays another mother who loses her child in this, is phenomenal.
Right.
And you got to. Aisha Hines actually plays a pastor who brings our characters together. It was an emotional road, you know, but it was so much joy too, you know. And Sanaa Lathan is beautiful in this, so tremendous. Stephan James, spectacular.
Right.
Hard not to look at.
Right.
I mean, my gosh.
Come on now.
Yeah, and tremendous performance. I don't want to be superficial, but I love this. This show provides. I mean, there's times where it's funny. There's times where Sanaa is just this incredibly multi-layered character. I've never seen it, especially a female character like hers ever. And the audience is cheering for her and laughing, and then the next minute we're crying, and the next minute we're watching these really hot scenes, you know, with great, incredible music. I mean, it kind of covers every angle.
Right. And now for our audience, we always try to give them a little something that can help them throughout their journey. And I know that you're an amazing actress. You're an amazing whatever project you're involved in. What would you say was one of the hardest lessons that you've had to learn throughout your career? And is there a lesson that you're learning now?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's hard not to take things personally. As an actor, your job is to take things personally. But outside of what happens at work, you really can, and you've got to follow your passion and tell your truth. I think it's so important we get so many more voices out speaking their truth. I was so happy to see Moonlight win Best Picture. I thought that was one of the most honest films I have seen.
Amazing.
And I found it incredibly relatable. And so I think what's most personal is most universal. And the more people we get out there telling their stories, I think the more people are going to be able to relate to it, and we're going to learn how to empathize with each other. That's what I hope.
Amazing. Thank you so much for just talking with us today.
So sweet.
Thank you so much. It's your girl, Sasha Nicole, and we are here with the masterminds behind Fox's new hit series, Shots Fired. We have Gina and we have Reggie. I mean, I feel like when you guys put your heads together, y'all just create some dope content. What was it like for you when you guys came up with this particular series?
Well, you know, it was a very, very emotional process. You know, we started thinking about this idea, and we weren't thinking about it initially as a TV series. You know, after the Zimmerman trial, you know, our oldest boy was like really affected by it. Ended up writing a short story about Trayvon Martin going to heaven to meet Emmett Till. So in many ways, he's like the first person that actually wrote something about this in our family. And that actually ends up in Hour 5 of Shots Fired, his little short story. But Gina and I really started talking about this issue and started working at something in a screenplay space. You know, we were going to make a feature film about it. And then, you know, Gina had a conversation with Fox and Imagine, and little did they know that we were already actually working on something, the subject matter.
So they wanted to know if we wanted to do something in this space, and we weren't thinking about going back to TV, but the opportunity to tell this story in any way we wanted to tell it was just an opportunity we didn't want to pass up, and grateful to be able to tell this story in 10 hours, really a 10-hour film.
Definitely, definitely. And this isn't your first time working with Sanaa. You've worked with her before in the past. Was it? Did you specifically have this role in mind for her?
Yeah, early on in the writing process, Reggie and I thought about Sanaa. This is an incredibly complicated, flawed woman who is incredibly intelligent and has got incredible swagger. And we thought of Sanaa. Sanaa's got incredible chops. We know who she is. We felt she could embody this character. And our only hiccup was that she had said she wouldn't do network television. But once she read the script, she was aboard, and we were really grateful because she kills this.
I think it's Sanaa's best performance we've seen.
Yeah. Well, I want to kind of get a little sneak peek, but I know you guys have stuff in the vault. I know you guys have projects that you guys have that you guys are just looking forward to push. Well, can we look forward to more projects like this coming out in the future, or what do you guys kind of have brewing in the lab?
Well, I mean, I think everything that we do, you're going to see that like we have a cause bigger than ourselves. And I think one of the things that we've learned through the course of our career is to just really, in many ways, know what it is we want to say and then hide it, to just sort of, let the characters take over, let the storylines take over, because we don't want to preach to anybody, but we really want to entertain people, and we want to entertain people while we're raising their consciousness.
And I also want to know, just as you guys being together, how is it like working on set together? Like, what is it like? Do you have a certain role, or do you guys just kind of work together? How do you guys work that out?
Well, we met in the writer's room of A Different World. We were hired a week apart. So, I mean, it started there, and we became best friends pretty quickly, gravitated towards each other, but also because we have the same mindset of what art can do. And the fact that we started out as friends and have always helped each other on our scripts and projects has just continued. And, I mean, it's just been great because you have somebody that you respect more than anybody by your side. And so in doing something of this level and this hard, it was really great to know that the other person had your back.
Yeah, you have each other's back. That's so cute. Well, you guys, we wish you much luck. We can't wait to see the premiere, and thank you guys so much for chopping it up. Well, that about wraps it up. Make sure you guys tune in to Fox's new hit series, Shots Fired, and look out for more content from me, your girl, Sasha Nicole, only at SashaNicole.com. Tune in out.